Hey y'all, Steve McCondichie here with another episode of Merry Christmas y'all, Steve McCondichie here with another episode of Grit Lit Hits and Bits. Being it's the end of the year, still Christmassy, we'll talk about a couple things. The first is the progression of Southern literature. I'm going to start with a book that I think, or the stories that became known as originally the original Southern Lit, the Grit Lit, Uncle Remus, Joel Chandler Harris. Cultural appropriation, racist, misogynistic, probably. The good news about this book and Mr. Harris is he made a boatload of money off the book, built a mansion in the west of Atlanta called the Wren's Nest. And the Wren's Nest is now a center for folklore and folk stories in Atlanta. It serves the Atlanta reading and writing community wonderfully. So there's a legacy of redemption in Joel Chandler Harris's stories, Tales of Uncle Remus. The next landmark in Grit Lit, Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell, the famous Atlanta writer. Everybody knows Gone with the Wind. It's a big honker book. Everybody knows the film. It was a romanticized, gloricized version of the South. It kind of gave it that lost cause. Let's go fight some Yankees kind of a thing. But at the same time, with the interesting part about Gone with the Wind is what it did. Scarlett O'Hara, Southern womanhood, and that Southern women are strong and independent. They were then, and they always have been. That's a great thing about Margaret Mitchell and her legacy. You kind of move from those two little books right there, or big honking books. The next kind of literary landmark along the Southern Grit Lit Road is Milledgeville's Flannery O'Connor, the bespectacled Flannery O'Connor looking down on us. Flannery O'Connor did a lot to change the nation, the world's view of the South and of Southern literature. Stories that didn't always, they left behind the romanticized version of the South, where everything was, she's Southern Gothic, we're in the South, everything was slightly askew. Interesting enough, in the 21st century, we've moved away from that, from the Flannery O'Connor view of the South, into even a more realistic view of it. One of my favorite examples of 21st century Southern Lit, Jesmyn Ward, both her books, Salvage the Bone and her new book, Sing Unburied Sing. Jesmyn Ward is a fine example of what not only Southern writing is, but what the South is. The diversity of the South. She really represents that. Another example of what the South is this book is from SFK Press, 2018, American Judas by Mickey Dubrow, where we see that the South is a much more diverse place. It's the stories and the writers are coming from a completely different place. This is a story about a young Jewish man, political aide in Washington, D.C., living in a fundamental Christian theocracy. A scary thought. The book is meant to scare you. It's meant to piss you off. But at the end, like all these books do, they're meant to give you some hope. As part of our Christmas present to our fans, our readers, our followers, this book is free online. The ebook is free, the 24th and the 5th, 24th and 24th, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. If you're a Kindle reader, ebook reader, please welcome yourself to a free copy of American Judas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you next year. Thanks.